long couple days. But we are now down to the final 6 competitors. Walter Ray Williams Jr. and Pete Weber already in the stepladder finals. Walter Ray number 1, Pete number 2. Got to find out our other 3 competitors out of this 4. The shootout round featuring Bob Learn Jr., Andy Nyer, Norm Duke, and Tony Rodriguez Jr. 3 will advance. The low series from this 3-game total pinfall match will be eliminated in 6th place. So settle in, it's gonna be fun. Gonna see some strikes. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Matt Cannizzaro.
We definitely just saw some strikes in our last bracket match. Norm Duke battled back from 34 pins down. Shoots 290 in the final game to get past Mika Koivuniemi. 771 to 739. And Rodriguez sneaking by Daryl Dempsey, 623, 574. And waiting for them in this shootout, Bob Learn Jr. and Andy Nyer, who were ousted from the winner's bracket just before the match that determined the 1-2 seeds. So a benefit of staying in the winner's bracket, not having to bowl a whole lot, and getting seated right into the shootout where 3 spots up for grabs. So the goal, just beat one guy. Andy Nyer looking to get back in the stepladder. Made it last year. Nyer was in the shootout last year. It was our second high score. So he went into the stepladder as the number 4 seed and lost to Ron Moore in the very first match.
You see Norm taking a different strategy than we saw in 21 and 22. Definitely starting a little bit further left. Kind of bellying it a little bit. Of course, I'm sure that's possibly based off of some notes he has on the pair, what his opponents are doing. Obviously, these lanes are going to look much different than what we've seen from many of our past matches by the time we're all said and done. Double the amount of traffic. Although Andy Nyer all on his own on the left side. Final left-hander in the field. Once again in the 3-game total pinfall format. Can't win it in game 1, but don't want to shoot yourself. In the foot too early. Tony clean through 3. Bob Learn, definitely the most direct out of our players here in the early going. But we know as good as anyone, Bob can get left to right with the best of them if needed. Tony Rodriguez continues to impress. Just doing his thing.
Yep, very nice guy, nice family. Big Bull TV fan, so like them even more. But what a cool experience to be able to share here. And here you are now among the final 6 at the Senior Masters.
Doesn't look like this is going to be a low-scoring affair here.
Well, these guys have bowled a ton of games this week. 15 games of qualifying. Fresh burn, double burn. And then 2 days worth of matches. Some a little more bowling than others, but no doubt they have a pretty good command of this 41-foot oil pattern. They're on the fresh again right now, so we see a little extra ball surface. Big scores all week long. Had 8 300s and countless other almost 300s.
Rodriguez from way downtown.
So they were talking about his thumb a little bit earlier. I don't know if there's some wear and tear, a little trouble holding on, but looked like that one might have got away and made it back. Now the lefty, the pride of the left side right now, Andy Nyer. Trying to represent a whole world of southpaws. Bob Learn almost getting a break, but then it gets even messier. And he winged that one down there, and it was not getting back. Almost threw it right at the 6 pin. So now he's got the old 1-7 to shoot at. The washout. I've seen Bob on many occasions do some pretty awesome trick shots, so it's going to need to pull one out here. He's thinking it through like a pool player.
Oh, sends a head pin around the 7.
Well, that certainly was one way to do it. I don't imagine he's had a whole lot of practice shooting the 1-7 in his career. Rodriguez taking advantage of the miscues, but again, right now, what the other bowlers are doing really irrelevant to the goal. Get up there every shot, knock down as many pins as you can. Play your game and hope that when it's over, you have knocked down more than everybody else, or at least one other guy.
The top overall score. These 4 bowlers will be the number 3 seed on the show. Second highest will be 4th. Third highest will be 5th. The lowest series will be eliminated.
I'm
Iron
gonna
Mouse
guess
is back.
all 4 scores probably going to be pretty high. Norm Duke, front runner here. Spare 5-bagger, just coming off a 771 set to escape the elimination bracket.
What's he get against the first frame, though?
Takes some of the pressure off. There's no camera coming down in your face when you have the front 10 or 11.
Duke has certainly shown his versatility here from what we just saw in 21 and 22. Appears to be the same bowling ball. Playing a completely different line. Using the skills he's developed over the years. To make it 6 in a row.
Nair, I mentioned earlier, very animated player. Talking it out, acting it out. But still a long way to go. 2 games and a few frames. You gotta stay composed, focused. Keep the even keel. Temper in check.
Norman Duke. Does not strike in the first frame, strikes every other one.
Uh, 870 would be a good score.
It's not bad.
Norm Duke, the 1993 USBC Masters champ. Runner-up that year, a very young Patrick Allen.
Yeah, Mop.
Parker Bowe in the 3rd, finished 3rd. Joe Firpo was 4th, and Ernie Schlegel was 5th. Norm made another appearance in 2005. Fell to Mike Scroggins in the championship match for $100,000.
So where was the party at after that?
Downtown Milwaukee.
Nice cover by Tony Rodriguez. Doing cool things from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Oh. BLJ. 7-pin. It's now mocked him on both lanes.
So Duke has finished first, second, third, and fourth at the regular Masters, and now looking to join the small club to win both. And Tony Rodriguez trying to put himself on the national map.
Bob joking a little bit with the crowd. Happy to have a spare in the books. He doesn't need to anymore. Didn't want to shoot that one in the first place.
That might be the best I've seen anybody throw the ball today. Every one of those shots absolutely dead flushed. No questions. Just making us move at the exact right time, and no doubters. Bobler misses right again. Leaves just a single pin.
Dyer kicks off the 10th. Makes it a double, can get to 216. Random question of the moment. Matt Canizaro. The way the scoring pace has been this week. If we were in this situation, and I said, I'll give you 660. Would you take it?
If I wanted to finish sixth at the 2017 USBC Senior Masters, yes.
Take that as a no then.
I believe it will take 690 or better to make the step ladder. We got 4 players, 3 of them playing the lanes and the same side. I think they're going to open up a little bit. Kind of like Norm's chances of crossing that 700 mark.
Off to a pretty good start.
I can see Bob Learn getting things together. Alright, so first one for Norm that seemed a little bit less than perfect and mixed him up. Good pin action there. And he's got the double in the 10th. First one in the 10th. You get my glasses. Can't see so good.
So back-to-back 310s on the left lane for Rodriguez. And a chance to get into the 230s there.
Well, another note to make that potentially will affect things is that for the last 2 days, traffic on each pair, there's only been 2 players. And while pulling lefty-righty, even less traffic, so now we've got 3 right-handers, so a little different look than they've seen. And we had 4 players on a pair during qualifying, so it'd be a little more similar to that, but it's been a few days. Just like that, my prediction seeming uneducated after sitting here for 99 games this week.
Back-to-back 290s. Norm Duke. Different pairs of lanes. How about that? Duke, 290. Nair, 216. Rodriguez, 205. Learn, 199 after one. This is the four-player shootout round at the 2017 USBC Senior Masters taking place at Sam's Town in Las Vegas. Aaron Smith alongside Matt Cannizzaro. One game in, two to go, total pinfall to determine the final three spots for tomorrow's stepladder finals.
It's actually going pretty quick, Mr. Smith. It's a 3-game match, and Norm Duke certainly helping to pace along with 11 strikes that game.
The real question here is, will he continue his stand against the first frame? Refusing to strike.
Well, remember, right before that, he bowled 270. And so, if you can do better not striking in the first frame, game plan it. And there you go.
First frame fighter, Norm Duke.
Takes all the pressure away. Remember, he bowled 275 and was behind Mika in the opening game there.
Bob putting that power to his advantage, getting the mix-up. So we got Mr. 300 and
Mr. 290.
Mr. 290.
There you go. Although, I think I read somewhere Norm Duke had bowled 300 or 2 or 3. Nair, that one was kind of lazy down lane. Maybe got a little bit left and a little hang spot, but a lot of surface it looks like on that ball, still using its energy early. So, the way things are shaping up in our step ladder, we definitely will see Walter Ray Williams Jr. number 1, defending champ Pete Weber at number 2. Now we've got the possibility of Norm Duke making the show. So I like those odds right now. And then, so, just that enough should bring out some bowling fans. And the potential for Tony Rodriguez Jr. to show them all up.
By the way, I heard they'll take that bet upstairs. So.
Norm Duke having his mid-match coffee break. Getting ready for the senior leagues. Opening game, Norm Duke 290. Andy Nair 216. Rodriguez 205. And Learn 199. But Learn starting with a double here. Making up some ground early. Total pinfall will determine who advances. 3 for 3. Mr. Learn now hailing from Boynton Beach, Florida. there in the West Palm Beach area.
Easy game. A miscue from Rodriguez in the third. The left lane has been giving him trouble. Bob Learn Jr. 4 for 4. Well, it's pretty devastating when he keeps it on line. He just had a few shots get away from him.
Well, we'll just tell him it's the arena finals tomorrow, and none will get away from him.
He struck a lot that day.
Norm Duke, that ball just rolling through the pin deck.
I believe that's actually a release that's a few years old now. So digging deeper into the bag. Find the right look. Norm was actually out of the cut number heading into the final qualifying block. Put together a big set to sneak into the field, and it's been a pain in his opponent's backside ever since. Andy Nyer filling frames.
Question, and they're both on the fresh here on 19 and 20. These were oiled prior to the last elimination. This pair was not used.
Rodriguez, much needed strike for a quick momentum boost. I just want to get to game 3 now and see what he does in the first frame. Wow. Front 5 for Bob before.
Now, you have to describe this one without using any place you might wash your hands. Which the kitchen sink already has been thrown.
Can it be thrown again?
It was
Does
was
it break
earlier.
every time you throw it?
I do not know.
Perhaps it's made of plastic. Can be used again.
Perhaps that's why it did not knock down the pin.
We need stronger materials to throw at 7 pins.
Rodriguez falling behind a little bit with that open frame, but able to double up here. Keep pace with Nair. Again, 4 players bowling. 3 will advance, 1 will go home as the 6th place finisher here at the Senior Masters. Duke, high flush. I know. A little bit slower speed on that one.
A little less explosive 7 pin. But still, both shots could have fallen.
Oh my. We've seen bunches of those throughout the last 10 days we've been here. The only one we saw picked up was part of another split. Nair will take one. Get the count on the strike. Crack that door open a little bit. Give Rodriguez an opportunity here. Norm Duke. Left lane, still giving Tony fits.
It's a love-hate relationship right now.
Nair splits the 8-9. Again, from this 4-player round, 3 will advance to the stepladder right now. Only 6 players remaining in the Senior Masters after starting the week with 277. Narrowed it down to 63 plus defending champion P. Weber for the bracket. Double elimination matches. And here we are. One final shootout. Bob Learn wants to be there. Terrific shot after back-to-back 7 pins. Norm Duke is a quitter. Ends the string in the 8th frame after 6 consecutive strikes. Sorry, forgot he doesn't strike in the first frame.
First frame fighter.
Spare 6-bagger following a 290. So Norm in control here. Working his way to the number 3 seed for the step ladder. Ballwinner got that one in and skated on him.
Nair makes up for that 7-10 in the 7th with a double. Seven-10 almost stands for Norm, but I think it's sitting pretty cozy right now. Tony Rodriguez in this left lane is going to be the determining factor of who's 6th and who's 5th. It's my prediction right now. For Nair, it's just about getting some carry here. It's been all over the 1-2.
You can get that ball to face up about 1.5 feet sooner. Get a little different entry angle. Seems like it's getting to the pocket a hair too late and just not getting a 7 out. So right now that 660 is looking pretty good. With just over a game to go. Just had to beat one person.
Third 7-pin for Bob this match. The 235 will be enough to move him from 4th into 2nd.
There we go. Rodriguez got the right lane. And you're right. If he can figure out something on the left, ball changed, hand position changed. Loft it, said it earlier. Wing it. Pray something. He's not too far behind.
Norm's having some footing issues there, but this locked in. You can adjust off that.
Just one for the good guys. Or they're all good guys. But Norm's hogging them.
So despite some carry woes here for Norm in the back half of game 2, still leads everyone by more than 100.
Now's where he'll shoot 300 to finish this thing off.
538, Norm Duke. 434, Bob Leonard Jr. Andy Nyer, 412. Tony Rodriguez, 383, 29 pins back.
Oh, 3 players relatively close here, bowling for 2 spots. We do appreciate everybody tuning in. This is our final round of coverage from today at the USBC Senior Masters here in Las Vegas. Samtown Bowling Center. Been here through 3 days of qualifying, 2 days of match play. And at the end of one more game, we'll know our 5 players for tomorrow's stepladder finals. We'll have that at 10 a.m. local time, 1 p.m. on the East Coast. So far, Walter Ray Williams Jr. and Pete Weber. And 3 of these 4 players will join them in the stepladder. Those will be 1-game matches. 5 versus 4, winner takes on 3. And sounds like somebody brought a lawnmower into the bowling center, which this 56-lane center is relatively quiet with just the one match going on. Andy Nyer unaffected. All 4 players striking in the opening frame. If they all were to strike out, that would mean Rodriguez would be eliminated. But the way we've seen the carry, questionable at best.
Uh-oh.
There you go, Bob Leonard Jr. They'll make up for one of those 7 pins. 7 goes one way, 2 goes the other.
And we all get a curtsy. Not sure if Bob has the legs to pull that off, though.
But he does have a double and control here.
Well, Tony makes the move to get into the pocket, but didn't have the oomph. All the excitement. I missed Norm Duke striking in the first frame, so I don't believe it happened.
Last year in the shootout round, we were joined by another gentleman who we were not as familiar with, but Again, he had just a great attitude about the whole week. It was Joe Goldstein. And he was joined in the shootout by Andy Nyer, Paul McCordick, and Ron Moore. 3 gentlemen we have spent some time with. But for Goldstein, what a week last year, and kind of mimic that of Rodriguez this week. Hanging around and making it all the way to this point. Definitely a building point. Before any of these players were champions or superstars, they were the new guys. Welcome to the stage, Tony Rodriguez.
It's right around the 1-3, and he's close. Gotta cover up your spare, realize that. Just keep digging deep.
Norm Duke just doesn't want the paperwork. Making sure to get a 9 count somewhere in each game.
Possibility for paperwork still out there. 800 still on the wood.
We did see 1-800 series this week. Sam Lanto, USBC Hall of Famer, 8-10. His first 3 games, and Bob Learn Jr. Take that 4-pin. We've now eliminated 2 of those 7 pins earlier. The universe becoming balanced. Andy Nyer throwing pins around. He's got 3 out of 4. So these guys not letting Tony Rodriguez in the door. He's down a couple of marks.
He's gonna have a chance. Mixes him up.
Got some comedians in the chat room. We needed that after a couple long days of coverage. When was Norm Duke's last open frame? 1902.
It's a good year. You were there, right, Matt?
Just getting started in this business. Live streaming was way different back then.
Out of 5 for Nyer, trying to solidify his advantage over Tony Rodriguez. Norm, animated as always. Great question in the chat.
The answer is sometimes. Usually between the months of September and January.
Nair showing the emotion.
This guy's inching closer. Nair looking for redemption. Finished 5th last year at the Senior Masters.
Didn't have to worry about tripping anything there. No doubter. 6 for 6. Asking for
Nice
hold.
break. Absolutely. Four tickles the 9.
That's all Tony can do at this point. Just keep striking. Keep the pressure on.
Well, these lanes opening up nicely for these guys. Nair managing his own look and doing very well at that. He's got 5 out of 6.
Yowza.
High flash can't get the 8 to go.
.800 still out there for Norm. 5 at 38 after 2. Comment in the chat about the totals on the board. They don't necessarily add up if you're striking. Hence why Bob's still at 434. But trust me, it's count. All right. Tony dug a little into that deficit after the 8-pin from Nair. Look at that scoreboard right now. Crazy.
If I was a cheering man, I'd just like to see Tony Rodriguez do well. I want all of them to make it. Can we veto? Can we request a 6-player stepladder? Everybody's in.
Where's Damon at? Eight for 8, Bob Learn Jr. He's hiding in the corner off camera.
Bob keeping the mood light, but can't imagine what Tony's thinking right now.
Just thinking, get on the horse, ball. Oh.
Throwing great shots in this huge pressure situation. 10-pin uncooperative once again.
Norm inching closer and closer to that 800 number. Takes care of the spare. His max now 248. We'll need some help.
Andy Nyer's not giving it to him. Really, that's his only option. He's not catching Duke. He's not catching Bob Learns. He's got the front 8. Who used to have the front 8, but now he's got the front 9. Saved all his carry for the week for one game.
So if Tony strikes here, Nyer would just need a mark to shut out. Drops the max down to 237. Nine out would put Nyer in the 220s. So it looks like our 5 are set.
Got the P8 connection there. Nyer from Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Bob Learn from Erie. Now living in Florida.
Tony get some encouraging words from Jim Callahan. Bob Learn. How about 10?
Mr. 300 doing his thing. Front 10.
Looking for 11 here on Bull TV.
Bob Learn.
No, he's just messing with us.
Sorry, I could have struck all those other times too. I just wanted to make this exciting.
649 is going to be enough. Andy Nyer is going to be our 5 seed.
Yes, I'll take 660.
He's going to be taking on a Bob Learn Jr. in the opening match.
Do we say, for a piece of history, young man?
For 300. How about that? There's a pin under the deck for the wild there, but Bob didn't see it. Pins knew better. 300, Bob Learn Jr. Shootout round to close things up at the 2017 USBC Senior Masters. Him and Norm having a good laugh.
I think they were trying to see who's taller, actually. Tony Rodriguez, what a great week at the Senior Masters, 6th place finish. Tony will take home $3,500 and
The
no
experience
doubt
of a lifetime.
a boatload of stories and memories. Norm Duke
Still thinking 800 here.
adds
for Norm.
another, yeah.
Actually just needs decent count here. He's going to be in the 260s. Needed 262 this game, so we got 300 and 800. Return trip to the step ladder for Andy Nyer, and now that lane's cooperating. What a cool way to end an awesome day already.
Well, Bob Learn shot 300. Definitely will not be the 3rd seed. Norm Duke has locked that up. They're locking up some more paperwork for Damon Sirocco as well. He's going to be over 800 for these 3 games.
Final shot, Tony Rodriguez Jr. Awesome tournament. Let's finish it out the right way. Not the right way, but
maybe in your world, sir.
Maybe in mine, but 235, 618, and what a week. Just said this was so cool. What a run. Norm. What just happened here? This was
8-17 for Norm Duke.
This was crazy.